Hello again. Ready for one more lesson? So, a Spanish lesson. This time it's el pretérito indefinido, which, okay, I'll be honest with you, it's a challenging tense. For those who speak English, it's something like past simple, so it's a past tense. And in my view, this is one of the most difficult grammar phenomena in Spanish, which does not mean, of course, that we can't learn it and handle it. It just takes a bit more time and a bit more practice. So, el pretérito indefinido se utiliza para hablar de acciones o situaciones pasadas en un momento concreto, muy importante, del pasado, which means that que conocemos exactamente cuánto. So we use the pretérito indefinido to refer to actions that took place at a specific time in the past. Momento concreto. We know the exact time. About the form, starting from los verbos regulares en pretérito indefinido, regular verbs. There is a pattern. You see lots of suffixes here, but the good news is that at least there is a pattern. And this is what I'll try to show you, starting from the second person singular and plural. So, second person singular, we see that there is everywhere that ste, amaste, bebiste, viviste. Lo vemos aquí. Of course, behind there is the characteristic vowel of its conjugation, aste, amaste, viviste. Okay, the characteristic vowel of the second is but this is not how it works in the pretérito indefinido. It's bebiste again. But it's the same with, so the second and the third conjugation have the same second person. Yes? Now, similarly, in the second person plural, there is that ste again. Amasteis, bebisteis, vivisteis. And again, we see the vowel, right, behind it. Another pattern, third person singular. There is always that accentuated O when it comes to the regular verbs. I repeat, eh? So, amo, bebió, vivió. Of course, again, you see that behind in the when it comes to the first conjugation, there is nothing behind that O, but for the second and the third, there is that E, bebió, vivió. Third person plural, ron, there is that sound, ron, amaron, bebieron, vivieron. Of course, again, we see that there are different things behind, like the characteristic a for the first conjugation and este ie for the second and the third. So amaron, bebieron, vivieron. First person, there is an accentuated vowel again, e for the verbs of the first conjugation, ame, and e for the verbs of the second and the third, bebi, vivi. And last but not least, look what happens in nosotros. Amamos. This is exactly the same with el presente en nosotros. Vivimos. Es lo mismo, the same. Like en presente is vivimos. Only here, it's not bebemos like it's in el presente for the verbs of the second conjugation es bebimos. But I think it's interesting that the first and the third conjugation en nosotros have the same form. So it's the context that will finally tell us um, if it's present or past. So I'm erasing because this is a big mess. So, amé, amaste, amó, amamos, amasteis, amaron. Bebí, bebiste, bebió, bebimos, bebisteis, bebieron. Viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivisteis, vivieron. If you learn how to form the regular verbs, this is a very good start because the irregular verbs, there are many, and we'll see them now, follow almost the same logic. So, here, verbos irregulares, irregular verbs en pretérito indefinido. First group, los verbos de la segunda y la tercera conjugación con infinitivo que termina en diptongo, terminan en yo y ieron en la tercera persona de singular y plural. Verbs of the second and third conjugation with an infinitive that finishes in a diphthong, finish in yo and ieron in the third person singular and plural. Practically, creer. We see that the infinitive finishes in a diphthong. Look what happens. Second conjugation. So creí, creíste, creyó. Creímos, creísteis, creyeron. Hay este Y aquí, There's that Y. Intuir, diptongo, we. Intuí, intuiste, intuyó, intuimos, intuisteis, intuyeron. Huir, we, el diptongo. Huiste, huyó, huimos, huisteis, huyeron. Otros verbos, como creer, intuir, huir, leer, oír, caer, constituir, construir, destruir, proveer, poseer. Vemos los diptongos. We see the diphthongs here, right? They're everywhere. So, third person plural and singular, we have that Y. Otros verbos irregulares. Grupo B, verbos que cambian su raíz en U, verbs that change their stem in U. Raíz, or stem in English, means that the change takes place in the body of the verb, not the suffix. And the change refers to an U that appears somewhere. Let's see. So, el verbo tener, aquí, here, there's an E, but look what happens. Tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvisteis, tuvieron. Of course, we have to say that this is not the only irregularity because tener is a verb of the second conjugation. So here in el ella, there should be an io, not an o, but it's o, tuvo, no es tuvio. First thing. Second thing, we see that it's not accentuated because the sound is tuvo, no es tuvo, tuvo. Otros verbos similares, estar, estuve, estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuvisteis, estuvieron. Andar, anduve. Poder, pude. Poner, puse. Saber, supe. Caber, cupe. Haber, hube. So, like the verb tener. Third group of irregular verbs. Tres verbos solo, three verbs, cambian su raíz en I. Three verbs change their stem in I. So we see here venir, hacer, querer. But look what happens. It's not vene, sino vine, viniste, vino. Again, it's not vinio, it's vino. Sin tilde, no lleva tilde, there is no accentuation mark. Vinimos, vinisteis, vinieron. Hacer, but, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicisteis, hicieron. Here we see another problem that C cambia por theta. It changes with theta because if I maintain C here, the sound would be ico because C plus O, the sound is co, but we need to maintain the sound through of the infinitive. So hizo, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicisteis, hicieron. Querer, hay un E aquí, but quise, quisiste, quiso, quisimos, quisisteis, quisieron. Grupo D. Verbos que cambian su raíz en J. Verbs that change their stem in J. Por ejemplo, el verbo decir, we see here that in the stem there is that C, but dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijisteis, dijeron. What we see is that in the third person singular, there is no accentuation mark like it happens with all irregular verbs. When it comes to the irregular, the accentuation mark disappears, right? So, dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijisteis, dijeron. Otros verbos, traducir, traduje, traduje, tradujiste, tradujo, tradujimos, tradujisteis, tradujeron. traer, traje, producir, produje, conducir, conduje, reducir, reduje, deducir, deduje, introducir, introduje, introduje, introdujiste, introdujo, introdujimos, introdujisteis, introdujeron. Group 5, verbos de la tercera conjugación que cambian el e de su raíz, el e de su raíz, aquí está el e de su raíz, en y en la tercera persona de singular y plural. Verbos of the third conjugation that change the e of their stem in y in the third person singular and plural again. We see that third person singular and plural is quite problematic. So look at that. We have that here. We have it there. Pedí, pediste, but, pidió, pedimos, pedisteis, but, pidieron. Otros verbos, el verbo seguir, siguió, siguieron, seguí, seguiste, siguió, seguimos, seguisteis, siguieron. Sentir, sintió y sintieron. Vestir, vistió, vistieron. Hervir, hirvió, hirvieron. Advertir, advirtió, advirtieron. Mentir, mintió, mintieron. Divertir, divirtió, divirtieron. F. Los verbos dormir y morir solo cambian el disculpe, el este o lo cambian por u, again, en la tercera persona singular y plural. The verbs dormir and morir change their o in u in the third person singular and plural. Look at this. So it's dormir, dormí. Dormiste, but durmió. Dormimos, dormisteis, durmieron. Similarmente, aquí está, este o, morí, moriste, murió. Morimos, moristeis, murieron. G, verbos irregulares independientes, independent irregular verbs. Okay, I called it like this because I didn't know how to call it. These are the verbs that don't follow any pattern. Like we saw patterns everywhere. Here there is no pattern, right? Okay, the first, it's very strange that the verbs ser and ir have the same pretérito indefinido. So fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, fueron, right? So it's the context that will finally show me if it's the verb ser or the verb ir. Dar, di, diste, dio, dimos, disteis, dieron. And los marcadores temporales, ayer, yesterday, anteayer, the day before yesterday, anoche, last night, el otro día, the other day, el año o el mes pasado, en general, palabras con pasado, last year, last month, la semana pasada, here, because la semana es femenino, vemos que pasado cambia, last week, en más fecha concreta, specific time, but let's see examples. So, ayer o anteayer fuimos, pretérito indefinido, de ir a un restaurante muy bueno. Anoche bebí unas copas con mis amigos. Bebí el pretérito indefinido de beber. El otro día me encontré con Pedro. I met Peter. El lunes pasado Pepa perdió su cartera y Pepe nació en 1987. Dios mío. But have faith, practice, say the verbs lots of times, right? Keep conjugating verbs. And from a moment and then you will see that the forms will just come like boom, like that. So that's all for today. I'll see you next time, I guess. See you later. Bye bye.